everybody. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Lego Elf Clubhouse set. So this is set number 10275 and it contains 1,197 pieces. So I don't normally get the Winter Village sets because it's seasonal, and I like to leave my Lego sets built and displayed. And so because it's seasonal, I don't usually get those. But this particular one, I just thought it was really cool. For some reason, I really love this Elf Clubhouse. I just think it's really neat. Last year's gingerbread house, I almost bought that one too because that was really neat. But this one here, there's just something special about it. And I think part of the reason that I like this set so much is because of the way the interior is set up. I'm loving how just cozy everything looks. And you got those cool little bunk beds there and all the little rooms. And it has a few little features in it where the beds will fall down, and this little waffle making machine is just, I think, one of the biggest selling points for me, and I really love that reindeer too. So yeah, it's a really cool set, and I'm looking forward to building this set. Alright, so the bags inside are numbered up to 5, and then there's multiples, so you have a total of 11 bags total. So yeah, there's 2 of 1, 3 of 2, 2 of 3, 2 of 4, and 2 of 5. So quite a few parts. Alright, I guess we'll get started building it. So real quick, this set does come with 2 instruction books, and this one's just a really small mini book, number 1 here. It's pretty odd that they did it this way, but anyway, in here, this is where you can build the sleigh and the little gifts, and I think the Christmas tree. Oh yeah, there it is. So that's the small book, and then the bigger book here is, of course, the main build of the house. So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's weird how they decided to do this little miniature small book instead of just putting it all in one. Okay, so we'll start with the little elves, and I think these guys are pretty cool looking. So they all have their own individual face expressions, and their torsos are all the same print, so nothing different with those. Mainly the difference is in the lead elf, which I'm guessing this guy is here because he's got the little megaphone to yell at the other elves. And then this guy here's got a nice little scarf that he wears. And so these two don't have alternate faces, but the lead one and this one do. So here you can see the lead elf has more of a kind of like look like that compared to his regular one there. And then this guy who has the fun, he's got more of a kind of like a big smile. But I really like that look on his face. It's really cool. Now here we can see all the little gifts that come with this. So you got the cool little piano or keyboard kind of thing going on here. Even has little legs under there. And then this little ship is pretty impressive for the pieces that it is made up of, but it looks pretty good. It looks very much like the part of a ship, and even a little bit of detail in the back right there. I think probably the best one is the computer. I mean, this is just too cool looking. It looks like the old school computer with the old CRT monitors back here. Used an ingot for the back section there, and even has a little table and a little keyboard as another ingot, and it says nice list on it, which is pretty nifty. A couple of your basic packages that are already wrapped here, and then this plane is pretty cool. I thought that was pretty neat also. You got the little propeller right there, and it's just, I mean, it's kind of cool how they figured out how to make these things just out of some very simple little pieces. So I think it's kind of cool that it comes with all these little bits too. Now here we have the Christmas tree, and it's, you know, pretty cool. I know they have different Christmas trees that they've made for some of these sets, but this one here was kind of fun to build. It's you build each side individually, so it's just this kind of triangular kind of bit here, and then each one of these, and then it's kind of side construction. You got a core in the middle that it all attaches to, and then it's, you know, I mean, this tree alone is about almost probably somewhere around 100 pieces just for the tree, so that's where a good chunk of your pieces go, or parts. And then you got the nice little star right there with a clear piece in there, but it's kind of a cool little tree. I like it. As far as the figures go, I gotta say the reindeer is probably the best one. I mean, this is such a cool looking figure, and I think this figure started out in a Harry Potter set. I'm not sure what the history of it is, but and this sleigh is great. It's got a little jet power in the back. I think that is so cool. The little flames back there, I thought that was pretty neat. and these nice little elegant looking, you know, rails on the side. And yeah, but this guy here is really cool. So you don't have to keep him attached. All you have to do is just take off the little chains here, and then you can just keep him free like that. But his little antlers here are kind of made of like a rubbery, soft plastic, and they did a good job on his face and the way everything's printed. And it kind of would have been nice maybe if you could have taken this off, and they should have just provided like a tan or a brown color to match, so it looks like just his bare back. But I guess it's not a big deal. At least you can at least take him off of there. But yeah, this figure here was really cool. I was really glad to get the reindeer piece. And here is the house itself, and I just love this thing. It is so cool. I mean, this looks just amazing. So it's a little smaller than I thought it was going to be, but that's okay. Like I've mentioned in previous videos, I'm running out of room, so the fact that this is smaller doesn't bother me at all. But what a cool looking little, you know, cottage or whatever. I just think the details on this are so amazing. I love the little lights on here on the strings, and the windows can open, of course, from the inside. This wreath was really fun to build. I'm loving the way that was, you know, brick built using all these green pieces. Just the trim that goes around here is really cool. And this door, the door is really nice looking. You can actually open this door so you can look inside there. But I love that little door. And the tree, this is probably made out of that new plastic that they've been using lately that I think is a little more eco-friendly. Here on the side, you can see the way the house looks right here. I love this little balcony. There's a little telescope right there, and this little sign. Let me get closer, and then we can kind of look at things a little bit better. Okay, so down here we can see the really nice looking sidewalk. I like the way that was put together. I also like the way they make it look like there's snow on the windowsills just by using these pieces here. Those teeth pieces that are usually used for sharks and stuff like that. They even have like this little decorative stuff going on underneath there. There's that wreath that I was talking about earlier. And the lights are a little bit tricky to put on because the way the instructions tell you to put it on, they end up sticking straight out this way. So now you have to kind of rearrange them so that they stick more forward, like it shows in the picture. I mean, I guess you can have them sticking sideways, whichever way you decide to do it. Here's that cool little balcony back here, and this thing is kind of weird. It's like, it's just on a, it's like on a, I mean, the whole thing, everything's on a, like hinges and stuff, the way it rests on there. That's that really cool North Pole sign and the workshop. And yeah, and then I just love this. This is so cool. Let me see this side here. You can see the nice window. I love these little eaves or whatever you call those little things. I can't remember the name of those, but yeah, those are dormers, I think is what they call those. This is a nice little garage for the sleigh. The sleigh will actually park inside there, which is really neat. There is the chimney, and I love all the detailing on here because they didn't just use the little brick pieces, but they also kind of randomly threw in these little flat gray pieces, the little oval ones, the 1x2 pieces, which I thought was pretty cool. And this side for the windows, the dormers actually look very much similar. And there's these really nice little pair of snowshoes right there, which I think is pretty neat. All right, let's take a look at the interior. So the interior is actually the main reason I bought this set, because I love interiors on buildings or some of their Star Wars sets or whatever, because I just think it's kind of fun to be able to have interiors. And you know, I think all the holiday sets do have these, but the selling point for me is that this has a couple of fun little functions in here. But first of all, so you can actually open this up a little bit more so you can see inside here. So let's take a look at the downstairs first. You got this nice little breakfast nook, and down there you can see that they are getting ready to have some waffles right there and a little cup of coffee. The little rug on the floor is a nice touch. Over here you've got the little coffee or tea station right there, and there's a little drawer. The drawer actually will open. In behind that red coffee cup is a little coffee maker. It's kind of hard to see in there. And then I really love this wrapping room. It's very clever how they used that red and white thing right back here for it. Those are usually used for doors, for small car sets. But in this case, it makes perfect rolls of wrapping paper, and I love the illusion of how it looks like the paper goes underneath that box that they're getting ready to wrap. And it's all really cool, because if you look back here, you can see that those pieces actually just end right there. But it's really well done, and then there's a package back there that is already wrapped in that paper. So I think that's pretty neat. The scissors, Up here is the little bunk beds for the elves to sleep in, and I think that's pretty neat. And over here you can kind of see there's a little calendar right up there. And I love this, the lamp. There's a little lamp right there and a little like desk or a little book, you know, like books or something underneath there. And that little chair, although none of the elves can actually sit in these chairs because they have the short legs which don't bend. So that's kind of funny. And over here we've got a nice little dresser of drawers and a coffee cup and some kind of little package or something. But it just kind of looks nice and cozy in there, and I think that's why I kind of liked it. So let me show you the little function of these beds. Okay, so you get the little elves in their beds like that, and it's a little tricky because they sometimes tend to want to fall out. I found that if you put their arms more towards their side, it'll give them more ability to stay in there a little bit better. So that's what I did. So I guess you're supposed to have this head elf here yelling at them to get up. And so the mechanism here is in this clock. So when you turn this clock, there's a little jiggling mechanism in there that makes them all fall out. So here, let me do this. And you can see they all topple out of there. So yeah, this little thing here, when you do this, see how the beds just kind of shakes like that? So it's a neat little, it actually uses one of these light bulb pieces back there that's underneath there, and because it's rounded and smooth, it makes that jiggle around like that. So I think that's pretty neat. I love that feature. So I think the absolute best feature of this set is this hilarious and really ingenious waffle maker. I have no idea how they figured out how this would work, but they did, and it's fantastic. So you take this little lever right here and you lift it up, and it dispenses one waffle down. And when you push this down, it gets the next one ready to go. And then down here, inside the pan, you've got the waffle, and it falls right side up every time. And you can just kind of empty it like that. And then you can do the next one like this. And there you go. There's another one. This is so cool. I love this. I could play with this thing all day. And there you go. And you got all of these. And so that's so cool. And then all you do is you just take the waffles and you just kind of load it back in here like this. And they're easy to load. And you can put 3 in there, but they give you an extra waffle anyway. And so, you know, you can, well, sometimes it's kind of hard to get them in there. They give you an extra waffle. So instead of 3, you can put all 4 in there, and it'll actually hold them all. And then of course you get the 2 that are on the table already. So yeah, it'll hold up to 4 waffles in there, but that is just sheer genius. I love this thing. I mean, how they were able to figure out this thing. I mean, how would they even come up with this? I think it's just genius. Those Lego people, oh God, amazing. A couple of other nice touches that they've done on here is where they eat their little breakfast right there. They've got this great little portrait of Santa and the elves. I think that's kind of cute actually. And then up here on the fireplace where the waffle maker is, you got this nice little stocking, which is just kind of hanging here. It's kind of loose. And then on the other side here, I just wanted to show you where you can park the sleigh inside the little garage kind of thing right there. So yeah, this thing is just awesome. These are the pieces that are left over, and it's pretty much your standard fare as far as, you know, what's left over here. Just some connector bits or Technic bits, and just some of this other stuff here. You do get an extra flame piece there, and I like the extra light bulbs, the scissors, an extra propeller, and those are just the brown pieces. So yeah, you get a few extra goodies in there. I almost forgot that there's one more feature, and so what it is there's actually a light brick in behind this mistletoe right there, and this red piece is actually the button. So when you push down on this, you can see it lights up the entire room up here. So that looks really cool. I love it. So you can see the light right up there, and I think that's really cool. So I always like when they put light bricks in some of these sets, but it actually goes all the way, you know, down to the floor over here. So yeah, it's really cool. I love that. Another great feature. So I gotta say, this is just an awesome set. I love it. If you've never really been into the holiday sets, which I've kind of not really been into either, this one here is just, I don't know, something special. It's definitely gotten me turned on to these sets. I think they're fantastic, and like I said, I think the main reason I like this is because of the functionality of it. I know that a lot of these sets are kind of geared more towards display, and some people would say, well, why would you put play features in a display set? But you know, why not? I mean, I like the waffle maker and the light on the upstairs and the little beds knock the elves out. I mean, you may as well have fun with these sets, and that's what sold it for me. I think it's great that they added it, and you get quite a bit here. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here, and so at first I thought $100 was a little bit pricey for this set, but I don't know. I think it's worth it myself. For me personally, I think it's worth it, and it was a really fun build. It's just one of these sets where you're just kind of really smiling and enjoying the whole time that you're building this set, because it's just fun, and it's just a great piece that you can add to your Christmas collection. Or some people have these on the bottom of their Christmas tree, and they probably even have like a Lego train or something. I mean, you can go all out. And so this is just one of the, you know, another house that you can add to that winter village that you might have with your Christmas stuff. So anyway, what a great set. Just wanted to also mention that I do not get these sets from Lego. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. So I just wanted to put that out there. I buy these sets myself. And so anyway, thank you so much, and I appreciate everybody watching, and I thank you, and I will see you on the next video, and thanks again. Take it easy.